It's just incredible to be here, seeing dear old friends and new friends. And thank you, Mark and Becky, for asking us to speak. And we were asked to speak very briefly about what lift means to us. And, you know, what a perfect place to be speaking about lift. In a garden, very true to us, lift spirit with a feast. And also behind the ICA, Lift's new home, because actually the ICA was the first place we blagged our way into. 30 years ago, we went to see John Ashford, who was running the theatre, and said we had this idea. And God bless him, he said, yep, you can have the theatre. So we thought, great, we've got this really groovy, important place, and of course lift's going to happen. So it's kind of like it's come full circle. 30 years on, here we are, behind the ICA in a garden. And, you know, what does lift mean to me? I remember we wrote our first, I guess you call it a manifesto, and we had really grand ideas. Lift was going to stop the Third World War. Absolutely. Lift was going to radicalise, revolutionise theatre. Of course. And actually, you know, all those things you can put your hand on your heart and say, oh, yeah, I believe in all that. But in fact, it comes down to something really much more kind of simple and small, but actually huge in its implications. And really what lift means to me, very, very personally, is friendship. It's completely the motor of lift. The friends that we have made, the friends, you know, internationally, nationally, at a local level, everywhere. It's about friendship and the kind of conversations that we can have together, kind of dreaming new possibilities. Hanging out, as Tony Fagan used to say. Hanging out was the key to everything we did. You know, Japanese artists came over and wanted to do something completely crazy. Oh my God, how are we going to persuade people to do that? Don't worry, said Tony, we'll just hang out with a few drinks and it'll be all right. So, you know, friendship, hanging out, and plotting. Okay, so, and then from plotting, we come to the other thing that lift means to me, mischief. Mischief fun. Because actually when you plot, you start plotting rather naughty things. Anarchic things even. You know, you all get together and you egg each other on, and that sense of plotting and taking permission beyond your authority. So actually keeping open that space, holding that space, a public space, a social space, an intellectual space, just to kind of keep a tab on those people who think they're in power, but just to kind of know that you can trip them up and make a bit of mischief. So, mischief. And lastly, I have to say London. You know, London and this city, which is my home, which is our homes in different ways, where you can do extraordinary things. It's kind of the connections it has, its place in the world, and how we can explore that. And lift, you know, absolutely means that to me. So those three things, friendship, mischief, and London. And actually, you know, lift has been my life in many ways. I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing without lift. And there was a German curator we worked with called Hannah Herzig, who looked at us one day as we talked about our programme. She said, lift? You're not a festival. You're a country, come on, it's a kind of liftland you're talking about, and a country without borders. And somehow I still feel, I mean, it's wonderful to be here and just, you know, knowing what Lift is doing now, it's very much that sense of liftland, a country without borders, open, mischief making, and that, you know, that spirit is very much alive, and it's just wonderful to see everybody here, and thank you Mark, and thank you Becky, and thank you everybody at Lift, and thank you the board, because you're holding the Lift torch in its true spirit, you know, we feel. And Erica, just before I go, Erica, 30 years, but Erica in fact is the bridge in a way between when Lucy and I were there and today. You are sort of the old and the new, and so 30 years of Lift, 30 years of Erica, and you're still here. So, brilliant. Thank you.